What we need to understand is that this is an intention. This is work. This is training your brain. We need to understand the need for intentionality when it comes to dealing with these kind of things that are really big topics that are heavy, like being happy. And if we don't understand the fact that our mind is a very trainable resource, but it has to be trained. It has to be trained to have a level of appreciation and gratitude. And if it's not trained, it's left to its own devices, and its own devices is naturally on high alert, because one of its foundational jobs in our life, in our world, as humans, and other animals for that matter, is safety and staying alive. So even if we don't have a situation like we used to bajillions of years ago, where we were out in the middle of nowhere and the only thing protecting us were some trees and maybe some bushes and maybe a tent that we made where random animals, wild animals, could get to us. Even if we don't have that situation right now, our brain's not evolved enough to not understand that. It's very primal. It's very old, you know? And so its job is to constantly scan where there's a problem, where there might be a problem, and to protect ourselves from that, to protect us from that. It's got a lot of other jobs, but that's one of its primary jobs. And if we don't wrap our head around that, then we don't realize how much more control we need to have over it in order for it to not necessarily get in the way of our happiness. Because it is always going to say, that's not good enough, that's not pretty enough, that's not thin enough. Because it has an idea that things have to be just so in order to fit in, and fitting in means survival. Everything comes back to the whole survival thing. And so we have to really understand this concept before we even talk about happiness.